'Tis I, Sebastian Majoni, and this is F3G2 in the ever expanded. This is like, you know, in Hogwarts they have like the room of opportunity. What do they call it? The room of requirement. This is like the opposite. This is the room where everything goes that is no longer required or will ever be required. Whatever's in this is top secret. It says so in large red letters. Alright, I'm going to review some comical books, and you're in luck. I'm probably going to be a slightly less disturbing version of myself, because there's like witnesses that are the kind of people that you just can't be me in front of. so I'm a downplay my stupidity. Alright. Justice League. The new Man of Steel. This takes place before this and before the rebirth this. Got it? So this is ending the old and setting up for the new. So this is Lex. He returns from Apocalypse because he was bored on Apocalypse. What does that say about Lex Luthor? That Apocalypse was boring. But whatever. He comes back and is pissed off because he's in his new Superdy-Doopity Man armor. And Clark Kent, New 52 Clark Kent, has died. His cape has gone to... He had no family, right? Because this New 52 Clark never married Lois. New 52 Clark, both of his parents were dead. So, the only family he had, I guess they... At this point, that's actually sort of a lie. They should have given it to Supergirl.
Right.
Nobody thought about that.
Didn't they go back to Earth, too? No, that was Power Girl.
That was Power Girl went to Earth, too. But, so instead they pass it to Perry White. Lex wants it. So in a literal power move, Lex overnight buys the Daily Planet for the sole purpose of so that they can't display the Superman cape, that he's going to wear it to prove that he's the bigger, better hero. And the Justice League's like, you're a dick. It's basically, they're all showing up, and it's like, you know, Flash and Wonder Woman, Superman, I mean not Superman, Batman, you know, they're all there, and they're just like, you're a dick. Actually, that must be in the other one. They're starting to blend together to me. Anywho, oh no, they're here. Because, yeah, I knew it, because Tom Grummett artwork makes me so happy I mean, I know technically this is Justice League, but primarily this is a Superman book. So, look at all those Grummett faces. Look at them. Look at them. Oh, I miss my Superboy. Anywho, that leads in to this. This has Doomsday show up. And in the background, it's real Doomsday, not New 52 Doomsday. Screw that guy. It's real Doomsday, you know, dressed in his green little restraining order suit. And he just starts messing things up. Clark is there, but he's not Superman. There's Clark, there's Superman, and Clark seems to be like denying that he was ever that Superman. So we don't know who this Clark is yet. It's all kind of... Jimmy's like, I don't know how you're doing this. There's Superman, there's you. You're acting like you're not part of the story and you're trying to report on it. But he was like, look, Jimmy, I did what I had to do to survive. That was never me. And nobody knows what the hell's going on. Then you've got all the other fun going on. Doomsday starts wrecking things. Lois changes the channel so that baby Superman, Jonathan Kent, doesn't have to watch Daddy getting his butt kicked. And you've got Mr. Oz is in the background watching, and he's waiting for his moment to kind of delve into this.
Do we know who Mr. Oz is yet?
No, he's just Mr. Oz.
Just a shadowy figure.
Shadowy, becloaking figure. He's like, ha ha ha, we erased Pandora and replaced her with me. So, you got all that going on, but it ends with Superman's like, dude, Lex, keep saving these people. I'll go take care of Doomsday. And, of course, Lex always has to one-up any Man of Steel, so he's like, no.
I'm doing it all.
You keep saving those people. I'm going to go take on Doomsday. And Doomsday is like, you're a man in a suit. I don't care that your suit is, as explained in Justice League, he's got a mother box. and he's like, I don't give a crap about your mother locks. And he tries to pull a Thanos on War Machine, and it ends with Superman going, what does he do? Does he keep saving people? Does he try and save Lex? What does he try and do? Apparently that's pivotal to Mr. Oz, who's like, I'll know what I can do as soon as I know what you're gonna do. Then I'll know what my answer. And I'm like, what the hell does that mean? But it was good, so I'll be back to find out. Doodly doodly doo. Detective Comics number 935. Yeah, right. What was Action Comics? Because they went back to their original number. So 958 and 935. Look at these things on their way to having a comic book with number 1000. Batwoman is training the team. Batman is still trying to figure out what's going on. Best part of this, though, all right, the team, Batwoman points out all their strengths and then their immediate flaws that they need to work on. I'm still loving on his way to rehabilitation, Clayface, who really just wants, can I wear this thing that they had him using, a thing that turned him back to his mortal, kept him trapped in his mortal form so that he couldn't use his powers, so that they could train him without all of his powers, and he's like, can I keep this? Because I can't hold my own form for more than like a few minutes, but with this, I could go to auditions. He just wants to be an actor, and that's so kind of refreshing. But the best part of this, the hands down bestest part of this, is a conversation between the Batman and the Red Robin, in which they do as much as they can to fix the... All right, Tim Drake was one of the best Robins. Then New 52 happened, and for a brief moment he still had an origin as a Robin, and then they switched it and said he was never a Robin, he was always Red Robin. Batman talks to him, and Batman says, you always insisted you weren't Robin. You always kept yourself at a distance. I respected that, but I need you to know you were Robin. To me, at least. You don't have to pull away anymore, Tim. You can come in. Gotham City is safer with you in it. And that's... Also, Tim and Stephanie are dating again, so it's so much closer to being the real continuity. Look. Just give me a counter can't. Come on, you can do it. Avengers, Ultron Reborn. Ultron and... This is Uncanny Avengers number 10. Continuing the return of the Ultron Hank Pym merge. They talk to Janet Van Dyne to see if it's the real deal. He fails the test miserably. The test consists of two major things. One is she talks about a beach they used to go to that they never really went to, and he claims to remember it. But more importantly, she throws out a Ghostbusters line, and he doesn't get it. And she's like, no, that's not him. So now it's torn between the Wasp really wants Deadpool to kill the new Ultron, and And Cap really wants Deadpool to kill nobody because Avengers. So that's where they stand. Civil War II tie-in, the totally awesome Hulk. Number number 7. They hit it up in the corner. Oh, it's beautiful because it's Alan Davis and what's Farmer's first name? Is it Mark? Alan Davis and Mark Farmer together again on art. That makes me happy. Greg Pak writing it, and it's Greg Pak. You know he writes the Hulk. You know he can do that. This is what happened to Banner, and Banner has been going around recklessly because now that he doesn't turn into Hulk, he can do everything he's never been able to do for fear of turning into the Hulk and going on a rampage. Plus, he feels his deep-seated Banner guilt for everything the Hulk's ever done. So there's some really great, it's just all character moments with Bruce and Tony and Cho, and is good. The Flash, number 1, so good. I hadn't been reading up till now because Flash quickly made me lose interest in the New 52. But apparently Barry is not as aware of Wally, or at least is pretending not to know yet, and Wally doesn't know new Wally doesn't know Barry is the Flash, and Barry doesn't know new Wally is new Kid Flash. Though you'd think at this point that'd be, wow, how'd I miss that now that I know original Wally's back? Also, this explains some key information. Apparently Titans, the new Titans, not the new Teen Titans, the new Titans, Wally and the Titans are going to be trying to figure out what the deal is with those missing 10 years. They're going to spearhead the mystery of Rebirth. The art in this is gorgeous, by the way. I don't know who that is. Carmine di Giandomenico. It's a D-I-D, so it is Italian. I'm supposed to be able to say this stuff. Carmine Giandomenico. Okay, all right. But it's a Carmine on the Flash, and as we know, the last time an Italian Carmine, Infantino, did the Flash. That was some legendary stuff. So boom, 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 lightning strikes twice. Teen Titans number 21, leading to the end of the New 52 Titans book. The best part of this is really that it's Tony Bedard writing, and Tony Bedard is made for these kind of things. There are some great Mala and Brain moments, including as Beast Boy starts to catch on to the fact that they're more than just a supervillain team. He's like, is it just me? And Bunker's like, it's not just you, man. Also, Tony Bedard has written Beast Boy in a way that whether you watch the Teen Titans, the Teen Titans cartoon, or Teen Titans Go, like I watch with my kid, I read all of Beast Boy's lines in that voice actor's voice. So that worked. Wonder Woman number 1. This is really good. This starts Lies as she's trying to figure out the truth to her origin, and she's seeking some unlikely help. We think she's seeking the help of Steve Trevor, who happens to be in the same region of the world on a separate mission, but she's not. Who she's after is her nemesis, allied, arch nemesis, BFF, frenemy, the Cheetah. And Etta Candy, a character from Wonder Woman's past, is reimagined here in her rebirth form and is already closer to the real Amanda Waller than New 52 Amanda Waller. So there's that. Aquaman number 1. This is great. Rebirth is doing such great things. I haven't been disappointed by any of them yet, and not just not disappointed, that's underselling it. I've actually been impressed to floored by all of them so far, so who knew? Aquaman number 1. Aquaman's trying to do the whole land and sea thing, so he's got an embassy. He's got now an embassy, and as on inaugural opening up of the embassy day, who shows up but Black Manta, who is like, nah. he's like, oh, he's like, yeah. And he just shows up. He's like, oh, so you're gonna get people to be impressed with you and try and be like a hero, king, diplomat? Nah, bro. You murdered my dad, and I'm gonna let everybody know. Civil War II, Choosing Sides. I ordered this because I always like the books with the little short stories of... most of this, I'm not even entirely certain how it ties into Civil War II. But, the Nick Fury story was meh. People try and kill Nick Fury Jr. Nick Fury Jr. fakes his own death and is now going to try and solve it while letting everyone think Nick Fury's dead. Wow, we've seen that in the movies, we've seen that in the comics, we've seen that so many times that I was less than impressed. Night Thrasher's story was okay. Mostly I was happy because it was Night Thrasher. They've really upped his skateboard is no longer a skateboard. It's like some serious tech. They've almost made him like like a street level Marvel Mr. Terrific. The skateboard does like all sorts of cool crap. But the hands down best part that reminded me, oh yeah, that's why I really ordered this. Hands down, best part of this is the damage control story, in which damage control is trying to fix the damage like they do, and suddenly they can't because their machines are being cannibalized, their parts are missing. They're like, who the hell wants half a bulldozer? And they can't figure it out until it turns out to be Troll the Unhuman, a living a living steam shovel who is building himself a family because he's lonely and he realizes being a alien that looks like a steam shovel on Earth. He says at one point, he's like, everywhere you go, you try and do anything, and he's like, every time I try to conquer the world, something stops me. Elephants, Ghost Rider, paved roads. This time, I want something of my own. They hire him. And he comes up with, the whole time they're trying to find the perfect slogan for their new ad. And it's him who says, we should just leave it to the professionals. And one guy's like, wait, what? And then their new ad is, just his face and all that. Damage control. Leave it to the professionals. This was a $4.99 book, and that story right there made it for him. Sam Wilson, Cap number 10, is the eulogy service for War Machine. And there's a kind of private wake of basically the heaviest hitters in the black who's who of the Marvel Universe. And then there's the actual service, and there's an explanation of sorts. It's like, why the hell would... I get that he's Captain America, but why would you not have Iron Man deliver roadies? But Iron Man is, at the moment, busy being half pissed and half crazed by what happened, and has got his own things. So that's why it's Cap who gives this story. So Archie number 9. This is great. We always see Archie at Veronica's. This one is Veronica at Archie's, and it's not even that she's unimpressed by the comparatively impoverished lifestyle that Archie leads compared to her life. She has no idea. She buys all this new stuff. Archie's dad is in love. She buys this giant TV that takes up an entire room. They don't even have rooms for the couches. And she's like, well, why don't we take it to the main house? And they're like, the main house? She's like, yeah. She's like, this is the main. She's like, yeah, this is the guest house, but when are we going to go to the main? And it literally never even occurs to her that they don't have these things, that this is all they live in. And then she overhears the mother talking about, how can the girl do so much for us and still not actually be helpful? And this kind of breaks her little heart. And while Betty is consoling Archie in that way where you console the person you're actually in love with, even while it's eating you up inside, Archie's waiting for her to break up with him, and then he gets a panicked call from her. She stole Archie's mom's shopping list and has tried to go shopping and can't do it. It's all down to little things. She's like, I'm looking at the list. She goes, she can't, no, she's been looking all over. The first thing on the list is Pam, and she can't find who Pam is to help her. And Archie's like, no, Pam, and she's like, don't you laugh at me. And he's like, no. And all is well. Robin, son of Batman, number 13, was okay. I think it was an unnecessary issue. I think they wrapped up enough of what they did. This kind of rehashed a lot of stuff to wrap up for the ending of this before Robin ends up in Teen Titans Rebirth and in Super Sons. I am a little saddened because I miss this little group, and even Saren, the son of the rival to the Al Ghul's. I think that there's room in the new Teen Titans for basically the magical equivalent of Robin, who is Saren, and for Robin's little BFF sister-esque. She's not really a sister, but she's like, he's my brother because they've bonded for nobody. And everybody needs a giant, flying bat monster. So, really, Web Warriors. This is it. This is the issue you've been waiting for. It features the Japanese Spider-Man from that weird serial that you always see on the internet
With
where
the mech?
he has the giant mech. Yeah. And a lot happens with them figuring out what's wrong with the web, trying to fix the web, and everybody gets kind of displaced, and you end up with the electrodes are loose again. Everybody's in different worlds. Spider-Gwen is left with the Otto Octavius mecha in Peter Porker's world. It's all just higgledy. I love this book. It's just so much fun and nonsense. Joyride number 3. I didn't review Joyride 1 and 2 because I misplaced where I put Joyride 1. Didn't figure that out till Joyride 2 came out, and then I had to hunt it down. Love this book. Marcus Toe artwork. That's why I ordered it. At first I wasn't. I'm like, why the hell? And then it was. Oh, it's Marcus Toe. I will just follow that guy onto just about anything. This one gives us an origin of a couple of our characters. Basically, the idea is Earth is this xenophobic, encapsulated world. No one's allowed to leave. No one's allowed to enter. These two kids come up with a plan to leave. The person who tries to stop them ends up with them. They've since met up with a weird alien and a weirder robot, and now all sorts of there's some reasons why no one in the universe wants to talk to Earth, and Earth doesn't talk to anyone in the universe. Power Man and Iron Fist. This is so great. This is a same battle told from multiple point of views. You have a witness who tells the battle to this radio show, and then what's Manslaughter's whole name? Manslaughter Marsdale. There's a witness who watched a fight between Power Man and Iron Fist and Manslaughter Marsdale. He starts calling it in. Then the Manslaughter Marsdale calls in and says, I heard you were talking crap about me. This is how it really happened. Then the next person to call it in is the hot dog vendor that all of this battle was in the, or it was his cart was the center location of this battle. And he's like, no, well, Power Man flew in. And they're like, Power Man can fly? He's like, I guess he can now. He flew in. And then finally, Power Man and Iron Fist show up to set the record straight because Power Man's like, people, Danny, this is all your fault. People are going to think I can fly. Turns out, Danny bought the Fantastic Car, has built it as what he wanted to call the Power Fist car, and Luke Cage is like, looks like you can't call it that. He's like, that's a cool name. He goes, maybe in Kunlun that's a cool name, but we ain't in Kunlun. You can't call it the Power Fist Mobile. He goes, all right, then the Fist Mobile. He's like, Danny, but Danny's calling it the Fist Mobile. Luke is pissed that there's no airbags, there's no seatbelts. How's it going to be safe? Turns out, of course, it was all an accident. While they're out test flying it, Danny does something stupid, and Power Man goes flying out of it and ends up crashing into Manslaughter, and the fight ensues. Just all sorts of fun issue. Pretty Deadly by Kelly Sue DeConnick and Emma. This is the surreal, supernatural Western. This ends the latest volume. Deathface Jenny has started the assemblage of her Reapers now that she is officially replaced Death, and there's a touching tale of the family. One of the Reapers that she gets is someone who it's all very convoluted. You have to read it. Not convoluted, that's not the right word. It's complicated. You need to read this, and it's great. And I love it's Kelly Sue DeConnick, so you know it's good to read. And it's Emma Rios, whom I absolutely adore, both as an artist and as a person. She was so sweet anytime I've spoken to her. Plus Ultra number 4. This is my favorite of the books by whatever this company is called, Overground Comics. I never remember. Absent Captain. This is the one where their main hero, the captain of their version of a Justice League, is presumed dead, and it's what happens in the fill-in of there and the backstories to everything. But this one All right, our heroine plus ultra is being fought by a group called the Earth Blood or Blood of the Earth. They all have Earth-related powers, and they're on like an environmental battle. The art in this is great.
Fighting the planet.
And then the whole time she's trapped in. She was doing for her outside superhero career. She's also, all the heroes in this are part of Hero Corps, so it's all kind of corporate sponsored, registered heroes. So she was doing a photo shoot, and she's in a bathing suit that looks like her costume, but it's not her actual costume. So it's not holding up as well as she'd like, and she's not comfortable in it. But she's fighting in that, and that's when she meets. I forget what her actual name is. It's something similar, like she's Ultima. All right, so you've got Plus Ultra, Ultima, and Ultima has similar powers to her, but she's normally she protects a smaller part of the city that tends to get overlooked by the major heroes. So the two of them have their little team up and kind of become, one's faster than the other one, but the other one's stronger. So they're both similar, but feed off each other nice. So they have their little team up, and it's pretty good. Which finally brings us to Black Road. Dave McCaig, Steve Wands, Brian Wood, Gary Brown. This book, it's like a Nordic murder mystery fantasy adventure period piece. And our crew, for the most part of this issue, spends half of the issue trying not to freeze to death, and the other half of the issue trying not to be inside of wolves. So, alright. Interwebs, it's hot in here. I'm leaving.
Thanks for watching another video from Gonna Geek. If you like geeky stuff, check out our podcast network, our news and articles, and our community forums. You can find it all at GonnaGeek.com, like us at Facebook.com/GonnaGeek, tweet us at GonnaGeek, subscribe to our YouTube channel at YouTube.com/GonnaGeek, and check out our live programming at GonnaGeek.com/live.